Right, just down on the marsh today, just a little video, just going to do a recipe cooking out on the Frontier Stove, so let's see what we get up to. So the Frontier Stove as itself, not a lightweight option. It weighs about 10 kilos, so it's something that you're going to need to camp out of a car or just get used to carrying an extra 10 kilos if you wanted to cook with it. Everything packs up inside of it here, so all of the flue, the ash pan and everything's inside of it. It doesn't come in the bag that it's in at present, so this is an optional extra as it were, and the same for the bag for the water heater. So that's the stove all set up. So like I said previously, everything packs up inside of it here. Foldable legs on the bottom, base weight of about 10 kilos. So it's not the lightest thing, but there's a good space to cook off on the top here. And with the water heater that clips around the flue, that sort of utilises the wasted heat that comes out of the flue. So you're not having to stick a kettle on top of the stove as well. So we'll just get the water heater set up, and then we're going to fill this up with wood. A little bit of a hint with the wood with this, they do need to be quite small sticks. You can't stick massive great full logs into this because it doesn't burn so efficiently. Right, so here's the water heater, so we'll just take that out of the bag. So this is a stainless steel water jacket basically. As you can see from this side here, that will actually clip right the way around the flue. So you're utilising all of the wasted heat that's coming out of the flue here. So you can stick this on top of the Frontier Stove to get a boil going, and then once it's ready you can turn it around to just to go on the simmer. So that will literally just clip around the flue, clip onto itself, and then you can steady it just here, so it's got the main heat coming off the stove just at the bottom. Once that's on the boil, you can just bring that around, so that will just literally just simmer off the heat off the flue. So the trick with a Frontier Stove is once you get the fire set up at the front here like I've done, so basically build the fire on top of the removable plate here, get that lit and then just drop it into the front, and then just pile in your small sticks in the front. And then once that's lit at the front here, you can just start to push that back, and then start to add in some other sticks into the top of it. If not, what you'll have is you'll have a fire at the front and then you won't have nothing sitting at the back. Right, so that's pretty much coming up to heat now. I'm just going to give that another 10 minutes just to warm up. Right, talking about the Frontier stove. So like I say, you've got a lot of flat space on the top there just to cook off. Other things you've got on the side here, you've also got this rail along the side here. That can come in quite handy just to dry a few bits out. I've actually slow cooked bacon off the side of that before, so that's worked quite well. So things like tea towels, towels and stuff like that, cloves, socks, things like that, you can just dry off the bottom there. Right, so we're going to cook a variation of surf and turf today. I'm going to use the top of the Dutch oven as the main pan to cook the steaks on. This comes in quite handy. Dutch ovens cook really well on this. This one here is a 3-legged one, and it will sit on there, but you're not getting so much radiated heat off the top of this. So if you're buying a Dutch oven for a Frontier stove, get a flat bottom one. So lid wise, what I'm going to do with the lid is take the removable plate off and then just stick the lid down on the top of the pan, on the top of the Frontier stove like so. And that gives us enough space here just to use the frying pan on the side there. And then once we get this around the side, I can get the little one inside like so. Right, that's up to heat now, so I'm just going to remove that plate, stick the lid of the Dutch oven on the top. Right, okay, so lid of that Dutch oven is pretty much up to heat now. So just to explain what we're cooking today, so we're doing surf and turf with a variation. So 2 steaks in the top of on the Dutch oven lid there. We're going to just saute, we've got cockles, so we're going to saute some cockles and some garlic butter with some parsley and sage there, and then sitting with this one here, some hash browns. So, alright, so we'll start off with the hash browns first. Right, so that's the steaks in. So the first hash brown is pretty much done there. So I'm just going to stick the butter in the other pan now, and then add in the garlic and the herbs. And goes the garlic. Right, so in goes cockles. And just over the top of the steak. A bit of blue cheese. So there we go, just a short video today. I hope you enjoyed that. Recipe is in the description below if you fancy giving that one a go. So that's the Anevay Frontier Stove. There's a couple of links to a couple of other videos here. One of them is when I've turned this into a sauna using Polish lavu, and another one when we've been cooking out in the woods, done a breakfast on it. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.